Hello. Okay, we do have audio. That sucks. There's no background music in this spot. Alright, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another Metal Gear stream. I'm your host, StuTube. Real quick, I'm going to run through a recap of the first two games. Just for those that might catch this stream a little bit later. As we go into Metal Gear Solid 1, man, I've got to say, I'm really glad that I played those first two games. And it's really unfortunate that those games don't have remakes because, like, holy shit, man. It, like, is going to make this game so much more intense for me. Like, learning about Snake's, like, history facing Big Boss. Learning about his history with Gray Fox, all that stuff. I think it'll make this all that much more impactful. Plus, like, you know, when you run through this game, when people ran through this game back in, like, 1998, like, there was, like, so much, like, you know, like, referencing to the first two games in the series and referencing, like, the fact that Solid Snake is a legend. Like, he's referred to as a legend in this game by a lot of people. And it's like, you don't really know why unless you played those first two games. Anyway, the year 1995, deep in South Africa, 200 kilometers north of Garsberg, Outer Heaven, an armed fortress nation established by the legendary mercenary. He was feared in combat by both his friends and foes as a hero and a lunatic. The Western nations have found out that a weapon of mass destruction capable of rewriting war history is under development at Outer Heaven. They have called upon the high-tech Special Force Unit Foxhound to take care of the situation. In response to this order, Big Boss, Commander-in-Chief of Foxhound, sent Gray Fox, the man with the code name Fox, which is given to the best member of the unit, Operation Intrude in 313. After a few days, his last message being Metal Gear. Gray Fox was missing in action. Taking the situation seriously, the top men of the West again called for Foxhound. Big Boss selected Solid Snake, who has just recently joined Foxhound, as the agent and entrusted everything to him. Successfully making a solo infiltration to Outer Heaven, Snake got in touch with local resistance members Schneider, Diane, and Jennifer. With their cooperation, Snake succeeded in rescuing Gray Fox. Gray Fox then laid out the terrifying facts about Metal Gear. Metal Gear was the development name of a nuclear warhead-equipped two-legged walking tank. It can walk through even the roughest terrains that would stop normal tanks. It can conduct local warfare by itself with unique weapons like its Vulcan cannon and anti-tank missiles. It was indeed a new type of weapon that can conduct a nuclear attack against any place on the surface of the Earth from any land. With Metal Gear, Outer Heaven was trying to establish its military superiority over the entire world. In order to destroy Metal Gear, Snake rescued Metal Gear's chief engineer, Dr. Petrovich, and his daughter Ellen, who was taken hostage to force her father to continue with its development. Snake hears from Dr. Petrovich how to destroy Metal Gear. Dr. Petrovich was Madnar, by the way, guys. How to destroy Metal Gear. However, as Snake approached the heart of Outer Heaven and Metal Gear, well-designed traps are set all around Snake, as if all his actions are being leaked to the enemy. In the midst of the escalating battle, the leader of the resistance, Schneider, fell into the hands of the enemy, and Snake himself was injured through the deadly battles with Outer Heaven's best mercenaries. But Snake's indomitable spirit led him to the 100th floor basement of the secret base where Metal Gear was developed. Oddly enough, in the original game, yes, Metal Gear was in a basement, but it never said that it was a 100th floor basement. Evading the powerful defense system that wipes out all intruders, Snake ultimately succeeded in destroying Metal Gear. Snake tried to escape from Outer Heaven upon completing the mission. However, during the escape, he was confronted by one man, Foxhound Commander-in-Chief, Big Boss. Big Boss laughed at the astounded Snake and told him of the truth about his mission. While serving as the Commander-in-Chief of Foxhound, Big Boss also ran a mercenary dispatch company, utilizing his connections and capital from his years as a merc. He was planning to build this company, a large military establishment, and he built Outer Heaven as its base. His purpose for sending the rookie Snake to Outer Heaven was to cause information confusion against the West. However, Big Boss miscalculated. He never thought that Snake would make it this far. Having lost Metal Gear, Big Boss activated the self-destruction system of the underground base. While the countdown to destruction continued, his scream echoed in the emptiness. "You've gone too far, too far." On the 100th floor basement, the battle between two men commenced, free of ideology and politics. The armed fortress nation Outer Heaven collapsed. The impenetrable fortress, made from the best military technology and occupied by the toughest mercenaries, burned in flames. Behind him, the flames reached skyward as Outer Heaven fell, leaving Solid Snake all alone. Of course, no one in the world apparently knew that that was Venom Snake, not the real big boss. Okay, next one. Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. 1999, the world was facing an energy crisis. It was obvious that the supply of petroleum would run out faster than expected. However, the development of an alternative energy source is far from completion. The price of petroleum has skyrocketed, and the world economy is in confusion. The 21st century was expected to be one of chaos. One man's invention changed the entire situation. A Czech genius and biologist, Dr. Kio Marv, invented Oilix, a microorganism that refines petroleum to produce a highly purified form of petroleum. Wow, that's like a weird typo. Oilix, a microorganism that refines petroleum to produce a highly purified form of petroleum. The world was filled with hope upon the discovery of this messiah to solve the energy crisis, but at the same time, the world entered a time of tension regarding this new algae. Just when the whole world's attention was drawn to Oilix and Dr. Marv, he was abducted by someone and disappeared. The nations began investigations immediately, and a name soon appeared: Zanzibar Land. Zanzibar Land was a democratic military regime that suddenly appeared in Central Asia in 1997. When their uprising took place, the CIS army formed around Russia sent a suppressive unit immediately. Zanzibar Land resisted by gathering a band of mercenaries from nations around the world and fortifying most of its land. As a result, the CIS army was repeatedly defeated, and Zanzibar Land declared its independence. Due to the active role mercenaries played, this war was called the Mercenary War, and the Zanzibar Land was referred to as an armed fortress nation, a military nation with a group of strong mercenaries surrounded by a tough fortress. According to the latest information, Zanzibar supposedly was armed with nuclear weapons. The whole scenario was crystal clear. By obtaining Oilix, in addition to nuclear weapons, Zanzibar Land was trying to establish its economic and military superiority over the entire world. Concerned about the situation, the United States ordered Roy Campbell, Commander-in-Chief of High-Tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound, to rescue Dr. Marv. Campbell was a former member of Foxhound. He brought back Solid Snake, the man who single-handedly brought down the armed fortress nation of Outer Heaven 4 years ago, and asked Snake to bring back both Dr. Marv and Oilix. Successfully infiltrating Zanzibar Land, and with the help of a CIA agent, Holly, and others, Snake was able to go deep into the fortress and meet again with Dr. Petrovich Madnar, the chief engineer of Metal Gear at Outer Heaven. He too was abducted to Zanzibar Land and was forced to develop another Metal Gear. He told the surprised Snake of an even more shocking fact. Big Boss, the man Snake had defeated at Outer Heaven, turned out to be the general commander of Zanzibar Land. Snake rescued Dr. Petrovich in cooperation with Gustava, not Natasha. They changed her name for some reason a couple times in this series. Dr. Marv's guard and former Czech international secret police agent, and then headed for the confinement facility deep in the fortress to save Dr. Marv. When Petrovich and Natasha, Gustava, crossed the narrow suspension bridge over the deep valley, a missile blew the bridge away. Gustava fell into the air because of the explosion. While unable to do anything to save Gustava, Snake started hearing a well-known voice. "Hey Snake, we're good buddies. I can let you go. Just leave this place." Snake saw Gray Fox controlling Metal Gear, the best soldier in Foxhound, who after the fall of Outer Heaven disappeared as if he followed Big Boss. Losing Gustava in front of his eyes and letting Petrovich get taken away, Snake screamed, "Fox, I'll never give up." After a series of deadly battles with mercenaries, Snake finally made it to Dr. Marv's confinement facility. However, he arrived too late. He saw Dr. Marv's corpse and Petrovich, who could do nothing but just stand there. Petrovich told Snake that Dr. Marv could not withstand the repeated tortures because of heart problems. Snake then received an emergency call from Holly. The information she supplied was very shocking. Petrovich had been voluntarily visiting Zanzibar Land to develop Metal Gear. The abduction of Dr. Marv was conducted under the direction of Petrovich himself. After the truth came out, Petrovich attacked Snake, but Snake easily put an end to him and obtained the structural plan of Oilix. That was when the old scientist man was choking me to death. While trying to escape, Snake was confronted by Metal Gear again. Controlled by Grey Fox, the tremendous battle took place in the underground base. Snake finally succeeded in destroying Metal Gear. However, Grey Fox did not submit and challenged Snake to one final battle in the midst of a minefield. Snake and Fox fought without any weapons, a fist-to-fist duel involving no hatred or murder intent. During that weird moment of purity, the two were bound by forces transcending words and emotion. Snake won the tough but pure battle against Grey Fox. However, there was still someone else Snake had to fight, Big Boss, just like 4 years ago at Outer Heaven. Big Boss was waiting for Snake. One who has experienced the tension of battle can never leave the battlefield. I'm the one giving you something to live for, and that is war. Snake was infuriated at the arrogant Big Boss. There's only one battle I have to fight. To free myself from you, to shatter the nightmare Big Boss, I will kill you. With the structural plan of Oilik, Snake and Holly escape from Zanzibar, land on a rescue helicopter. Snake once again saved the world. However, there was no smile on his face. Big Boss's last words kept ringing on Snake's head. Whoever wins our battle does not end. The loser is freed from the battlefield, but the winner must remain there. And the survivor must live his life as a warrior until he dies. Snake then disappeared into the white lands of Alaska, alone. That brings us up to speed. Here we go. I don't have to talk at all anymore. I'm gonna crack open a beer, boys.
It's been a long time, Snake.
I should have known you were behind this, Colonel.
That's no way to greet an old war buddy, Snake.
What do you want from me?
I just invited you here so we could have a talk.
Invited? That's what you call sending armed soldiers after me?
Sorry if they were a little rough with you. But we've got a serious situation here. Only you can get us out of it.
I'm retired from Foxhound. You're not my commander anymore, and I don't have to take orders from you or anyone else.
You will take these orders. I know it.
Excuse me.
Who's this?
Dr. Naomi Hunter. She's chief of Foxhound's medical staff and an expert in gene therapy.
Oh, I'm fucking covered in beer.
No, civilian. I've been sent here from ATGC. Pleasure to meet you, Snake. Don't worry. This injection won't hurt a bit.
What's the shot for?
What's wrong? You don't like shots?
Oh, I know, man. I kind of have been too.
It all went
Kiefer,
down 5
like,
hours ago.
part of me feels bad because I know, like, the
Soldiers
community
occupied Shadow Moses Island.
was really disappointed that he was the voice actor, but he did a really good job.
Next Generation Special Forces, led by members of Unit Foxhound. They've presented Washington with a single demand, and they say that if it isn't met, they'll...
I don't know if anyone out there watches Oak Island, but Shadow Moses is shaped just like Oak Island.
You see, the island is the site of a secret nuclear weapons disposal facility.
Foxhound hijacking a nuclear weapon?
Now you understand how serious the situation is. You'll have 2 mission objectives. First, you're to rescue the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, and the president of Arms Tech, Kenneth Baker. They're both being held as hostages.
Bring back David.
Those are some heavy-duty hostages.
Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to launch a nuclear strike, and stop them if they do. Any questions, Snake?
Questions? I haven't even said whether I'd accept this mission.
Well, you can make up your mind after you hear more about the situation.
I feel like so many people that played Metal Gear Solid 1 missed all this shit.
Let me go back to Twin Lakes.
What's up, Red?
Why, Snake? Is your life in Alaska all that great?
There's a dog sled race this week. Next Saturday, I have to be in Anchorage.
The Iditarod? The longest sled race in the world? When did you become a dog musher?
Right now, my 50 Huskies are my only family. I've got to take care of them.
We're all nerds.
Don't worry about your dogs.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, Snake. But this vessel is headed for the Bering Sea. There's no room for debate.
I told you, even if I do owe you, I don't owe anything to this army or this country.
You will accept this assignment.
Why should I be stupid enough to do that? I'm no patriot.
Snake, there's enough dirt in your...
Foreshadowing. He mentioned the
Keep you
Patriots.
in the stockade until you're a very old man.
Oh, I see. Blackmail.
No, Snake. I prefer to look at it as helping you come to a decision more easily. But anyway, I know you better than that. You'd take this assignment even without the threat.
Why do you say that?
You're a natural-born soldier. You're not the grow-old...
This briefing totally makes Campbell seem like a bad guy.
The only place we can feel truly alive is on the battlefield. I'm a soldier
What's up,
too.
King Cool?
I know those feelings of powerlessness, frustration that you feel every day. You've tried to play the Boy Scout out there in Alaska, but you can't race dogs in the snow forever. Why don't you come back to us and be a soldier again?
My left foot is completely submerged in beer.
Joke?
Snake, I just want to give you back your purpose in life.
It's so, and see, like, already, dude, already, like, the fact that I played those first two Metal Gear games, and in that thing that I was reading, Snake said fuck everybody and left because the last thing the big boss said to him was, whichever one of us dies is freed. Whoever lives has to keep on fighting on the battlefield for the rest of their lives. And that makes that conversation with Campbell like so much more like impactful.
Colonel, who are you speaking for?
Naturally, I'm
Is there a
representing
wiener
the
in there
US
somewhere?
government.
So who's in supervisory control of this operation?
No wiener.
President of the United States.
Which means that the president must be meeting with his top aides in the map room about now, huh?
No, at this point they're still video conferencing with each other.
Pretty much, yeah.
Nuclear warhead. Shouldn't they issue a COG?
Not yet. The Secretary of Defense has operational control and is fully aware of the situation. After you infiltrate, if you determine they possess nuclear launch capabilities, a COG will be issued.
Well, if they haven't relocated to the nuclear shelter under Mount Washington, I suppose there isn't that much reason to worry yet.
This is Zoom.
Is the National Security Agency in on this?
Nah,
Yes.
I'm just in control of a
So is the
security
DIA,
camera.
The Defense Intelligence Agency.
The DIA? I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this.
They'll be sending us some support.
We don't need desk jockeys. We need a nuclear weapons specialist.
Of course. A nuclear weapons specialist has already been assigned to us.
We need backup from a specialist. I'm just an amateur when it comes to nuclear weapons.
I know. That's why I've requested the assistance of a military analyst named Nastasha Romanenko.
She from
She'll be
Ukraine,
provided
bro.
backup by Kodak.
A female analyst?
She's built up an impressive record as an advisor for the Nuclear Emergency Search Team. Contact her if you have any questions. She's also an expert on high-tech weapons.
Where's she working from?
At her home in Los Angeles.
California. Seems like 1,000,000 miles away.
Didn't realize. I actually didn't know she was from Ukraine until like the other day when I was reading about this.
Colonel, you're retired. Why are you involved in this?
Because there aren't many people who know Foxhound as well as I do.
Is that really the only reason?
I've been soldiering for a long time.
Yeah,
don't know anything
I know.
else. I guess even though I'm getting a little old, I still love to be in the field.
Colonel, you're a lousy liar. Tell me the real reason.
Okay, Snake. Sorry. I'll be frank. A person very dear to me is being held hostage.
Who is it?
My niece, Meryl.
Meryl.
What was your niece doing here?
Several soldiers were reported missing the day of the revolt. And my niece was one of those called in as an emergency replacement.
She looks like you.
She's my little brother's girl. He died in the Gulf War, and since then I've been watching after her.
A personal motive, Colonel. That's not very soldierly.
I'm retired.
She's received psychotherapy not to be attracted to those of the opposite sex. What the fuck?
I've thought of us as friends since the fall of Zanzibar.
With my personality, I don't have too many friends.
That's what I trust about you. It's what makes you human. Please, Snake. Save my niece, Meryl.
All right. But I have two conditions.
Name them.
One, no more secrets
Yeah, it
between
does.
us. I want complete disclosure at all times. And two, I'll only accept orders directly from you, Colonel. No cutoffs involved, okay?
Agreed. That's why I was called. But one thing,
The
What?
fuck is atrazine?
I'm not a colonel anymore. Just a retired old warhorse.
I understand, Colonel.
It's turning the frogs gay.
That doctor, is she part of this operation too?
She was in charge of Foxhound's gene therapy. She knows more about those men than anyone else.
You mean you've seen them naked?
Make no mistake, I'm not a nurse. I'm a scientist.
By the way, what was that injection for?
It's a combination of nanomachines and an anti-freezing peptide so that your blood and other bodily fluids don't freeze, even at subarctic temperatures.
Nanomachines.
Not just one
It was
kind.
Fox Die. It was
There are
Fox Die.
chemicals which
She's
will replenish
lying.
the supply of adrenaline, nutrition, and sugar in your bloodstream.
Now I don't have to worry about food.
I also put some nootropics in there.
Say what?
Nootropics. A class of drugs which will help improve your mental functioning.
It'll make me smarter, huh? Anything else?
Yes, benzodrine. It's a type of stimulant. It'll keep you alert and responsive for 12 straight hours.
That was quite a cocktail. Anything else in there?
Those nanomachines
Yes,
will also
yes,
keep your
Fox
codex
Die.
always
Fox
charged.
Die.
I guess I can call you when I'm ready to go on a diet.
You're welcome.
I think I skipped a video.
It's been a long time, Snake.
I should have known you were behind this, Colonel.
That's no way to greet an old war buddy, Snake.
What do you want from me?
I just invited you here so we could have a talk.
Invited? That's what you call
Okay,
civ-
wait. Yeah, no, we did watch this.
Tell me about the nuclear weapon disposal facility.
Disposal
Yes.
facility includes a hard.
How the fuck did I miss this?
Even with our most advanced intelligence gathering equipment, we can't tell what's happening inside.
So someone needs to penetrate, gather intelligence, and report back. Sounds like a spy movie. What's the insertion method?
Well, an air insertion is impossible.
Not with this storm going on.
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
Approach?
Yes, within a few miles of it. The facility is equipped with sonar detection capabilities. They'd be able to hear our engine or propeller noise.
And then?
We'll launch a one-man SDV.
Launch.
Same as a torpedo, only this has no propulsion device of its own. After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim.
You want me to swim in sub-zero Alaskan water?
Don't worry. That suit represents the latest advances in polythermal technology. The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration.
Yes.
mission.
They're up his ass.
Yes.
Literally up his
Top
ass.
secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
What's the time limit?
24 hours. They say they'll launch after 24 hours.
I've always wondered,
Target will be?
So far, they
like,
haven't
what if I
moved
just
the
leave the game
target.
running for 24 hours without progressing?
5 hours ago.
Or 19 hours, I suppose. Where is the one? There's supposed to be one. Did I miss it? Well, Naomi's supposed to walk up to him and give him a shot.
That doctor, is she part of this operation?
Ah, fuck. Who knows, man? Maybe I just missed it. Whatever. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anyone try it.
The president of an arms manufacturing company. What business did they have at a nuclear weapons disposal facility?
The truth is that secret exercises were being conducted at the time the terrorist group attacked.
Must be extremely important exercises if those two were directly involved. Were they testing some kind of new advanced weapon?
I'm not privy to that information.
Do we know exactly where they're being held?
The
Yeah.
DARPA chief has also been injected with
Who knows?
As
I
you
might try
progress,
it.
You should be able to pick up his location on your radar.
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuclear missile?
They say they do. They even gave us the serial number of the warhead they plan to use.
Was the number confirmed?
I'm afraid so. At the very least, they've got their hands on a real nuclear warhead.
Isn't there some kind of safety device to prevent this type of terrorism?
Yes. Every missile and warhead in our arsenal is equipped with a PAL, which uses a discrete detonation code.
PAL.
Permissive Action Link. The safety control
Yeah, I know,
system
right,
built
Goomba?
into
That dude
all
is
nuclear
crazy.
weapon systems. But even so, we can't rest easy.
Why not?
Because the DARPA chief knows the detonation code.
But even if they have a nuclear warhead, it must have been removed from its missile. All the missiles on these disposal sites are supposed to be dismantled. It's not that easy to get your hands on an ICBM.
That used to be true. But since the end of the Cold War, you can get anything if you have enough money and the right connections.
How well armed are these terrorists? I know there was an exercise going on at the time they revolted.
They're heavily armed, I'm afraid.
What about their battle experience?
The 6 members of Foxhound in charge are all hardened veterans. They're tough enough to eat nails and ask for seconds.
I wouldn't expect anything less from Foxhound.
The others are next-generation special forces. They're not your average grunts either.
Are they, though?
So what exactly are they demanding?
A person's remains.
Remains?
That's right. To be more accurate, cell specimens which contain the individual's genomic information.
Cell specimens? Why would they want that?
The terrorists need them. You see, these next-generation special forces have been strengthened through gene therapy.
Strengthened?
You've heard
Whose
of the Human
footprints are
Genome
these?
Project. They've been
Yeah.
mapping the human genome, and they're nearly finished. Following up on this research, the military has been working towards identifying those genes which are responsible for making effective soldiers.
There are genes that do that?
Yes. And using gene therapy, they're able to transplant those genes into regular soldiers.
Gene therapy?
I'll explain this part. With gene therapy, we can remove those genes which we know may lead to sickness or disease, and at the same time splice in genes with beneficial effects, such as resistance to cancer, for example.
Thanks, King Cool.
In other words, we can overcome
Take it
all
easy,
sorts
man.
of genetic diseases, and at the same time add genetic characteristics as desired.
Okay. And so if you knew what genes were responsible for making the perfect soldier, you could implant them in the same way, right?
Yes, we could.
But it all depends on being able to isolate and identify those soldier genes.
And in order to do that, it's helpful.
Oh,
if you
Snake's
study
eyeball
the
is
genetic
actually moving.
information of one of the greatest soldiers ever.
One of the greatest soldiers ever?
The man they call the greatest warrior of the 20th century.
You don't mean Big Boss.
That's right. We've been working feverishly to identify the genes responsible for his incredible combat skill. So far, we've discovered about 60 of the so-called soldier genes.
So his body was recovered after all.
Yes, and his cells have remained frozen in a cryo chamber. His genomic information is a priceless treasure to mankind.
Priceless to the military, perhaps.
His body was burned severely, but it was possible to restore his DNA profile from just a single strand of his hair.
You people are amazing. And then you're gonna transplant those genes into soldiers?
Yes. We'll use a process that I discovered called gene targeting. The strongest soldiers don't become what they are by acquiring their skills through training or experience. We now know that hereditary factors are far more crucial for creating superior soldiers.
Snake, we can't give them his body. It's potentially more dangerous than all the nuclear warheads on that island put together.
So
The
retarded.
terrorists are calling themselves the Sons of Big Boss.
The sons of Big Boss?
You should have joined us, dear brother.
Tell me about these next generation special forces.
They started out as an anti-terrorist special ops unit, made up of former members of biochem units, technical escort units, and the nuclear emergency search team. Their purpose was to respond to threats involving next-generation weapons of mass destruction, including NBC weapons.
Until they were added, that is.
Who's they?
These guys didn't start out as regular army.
Looks like a pretty international group. Mercenaries?
Yeah, and it gets worse. Most of them were from a merc agency that I think you're familiar with. They were part of Big Boss's private guard. And after Big Boss went down, the military just bought out all their contracts.
Outer heaven.
After that, they were merged with our own VR unit, Force 21, and retrained. If you ask me, these so-called next-generation special
What the
forces
fuck?
should be called simulated soldiers. They have no real battle experience.
Video game players, huh?
Don't forget they've all been strengthened with gene therapy. They carry genes which make them excellent soldiers. Don't get careless just because they don't have much experience.
I thought using genetics...
Hang on. Something. What did they just say? Ah, shit. Whoops.
Tell me about these next generation special forces.
They started out as an anti-terrorist special ops unit, made up of former members of biochem units, technical escort units, and the nuclear emergency search team. Their purpose was to respond to threats involving next-generation weapons of mass destruction, including NBC weapons.
Until they were added, that is.
Who's they?
These guys didn't start out as regular army.
Looks like a pretty international group. Mercenaries?
Yeah, and it gets worse. Most of them were from a merc agency that I think you're familiar with. They were part of Big Boss's private guard. And after Big Boss went down, The military just bought out all their contracts.
Outer heaven.
After that, they were merged with our own VR unit, Force 21, and retrained. If you ask me, these so-called next-generation special forces should be called simulated soldiers. They have no real battle experience.
Video game players, huh?
Don't forget they've all been strengthened with gene therapy. They carry genes which make them excellent soldiers. Don't get careless just because they don't have much experience.
I thought using genetically modified soldiers was prohibited by international law.
Yes, but those are just declarations, not actual treaties.
The interesting thing is that nearly every member of the unit conspired in this attack.
So if I'm understanding that right, some of the soldiers on Shadow Moses were actually like Big Boss's personal dudes from Zanzibar land. Damn it. The X button is the cancel button.
How could an entire unit be subverted to rebellion?
They're calling it a revolution.
Since they all went through the same gene therapy, they probably felt closer than brothers. They see the unit as their only family.
The sons of Big Boss. But if they were regular army, they must have been interviewed periodically by army counselors.
According to their files, they all got straight A's on their psychological tests. They all
It was
seemed
Psycho
like
Mantis.
fine, upstanding, patriotic soldiers.
But they all took part in the uprising?
No, several people didn't show up on the day of the exercise. That's why there was a resupply of troops.
Was there any sign recently that something might be wrong?
There was a report a month ago that they were acting strangely.
Apparently they consulted classified information about the soldier genes and performed their own gene therapy experiments.
They can do that even without you?
Well, our gene therapy process is almost completely automated. And besides that, they're all geniuses with IQs over 180.
But whose footprints are
The
these?
existence of this genome army is a national secret of the highest order. We've been hoping to investigate this thing quietly and deal with it behind closed doors.
We're almost there, boys.
High-tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound. Your former unit, and one that I was a commander of. An elite group combining firepower and expertise.
It is so fucking crazy how high quality and how highly polished
Around.
this is for a fucking PS1 game,
In
man.
this terrorist activity. Psycho Mantis with his powerful
Psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter.
Decoy
Octopus, Master of Disguise. Vulcan Raven, Giant and Shaman.
and
Revolver Ocelot, Revolver Ocelot. Specialist in Revolver Oceloting and Ocelot Revolvering.
Too bad we'll be meeting under these circumstances.
And finally, in charge of them, Foxhound squad leader,
Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake?
Yes.
Yes.
And you're the only
person who can stand against him.
Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake. The man with the
Liquid
same trophy
Snake?
as you.
Liquid Snake.
Tell me what you know.
He fought in the Gulf War as a teenager, the youngest person in the SAS. His job was to track down and destroy mobile Scud missile launching platforms. You were there too, I believe. Didn't you infiltrate Western Iraq with a platoon of Green Berets?
I was just a kid myself back then.
The details are classified, but it seems that originally he penetrated the Middle East as a sleeper for the SIS.
He was a spy for the British Secret Intelligence Service?
But he never once showed his face in Century House. He was taken prisoner in Iraq, and after that there was no trace of him for several years. After you retired, he was rescued and became a member of Foxhound.
I thought that by the time I left, they were no longer using code names.
I don't know his real name, That information is so highly classified that even I can't look at it.
His name is Eli,
Here's a photo
the White
of him.
Mamba.
Pretty shocking, huh? His skin tone is different, but otherwise you two are exact duplicates.
I have a twin?
I don't know the details, but it seems so. That's why we really need you for this mission.
You're the only one who can beat him. Now that I've met you, I know. You've got something that he doesn't. I can see it in your eyes.
Why don't I find that thought more comforting?
I wonder if that e-girl, Sniper Wolf, has ever actually played Metal Gear. Alright, boys. I'm on beer number 2. I gotta take a huge piss. We're actually ready to start playing the game. So, here's tonight's meme, and I'll be back in a few. All right, boys. Let's get her going. Whoops.
I need to borrow.
Huh? Whoops. Oh, shit. What did I just do? Did I just fuck up? No. Here we
I
go.
need to borrow your scissors.
What are you going to do?
Don't worry, just gonna clean myself up a little.
Huh?
I don't want to be mistaken for.
Nah, there was like one last little secret thing. I know, Goomba. I know. It's over, though. 2 beers. I don't think I want to mess with any of that. Alright. Play on normal. It's been a while, Snake. I don't think no way. Not man enough for that. I might do that for Metal Gear Solid 2.
Stay alert. He'll be through here. I know it. I'm going to swat down a couple of bothersome flies.
My God, this is so nostalgic.
This is Snake. Colonel, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's the situation, Snake?
Looks like the elevator in the back.
Snake looks like such a dork with that swimsuit on.
You'll have to take the elevator to the surface, but make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button.
Man,
When we
like
need to
probably
contact you,
2009,
the codec will beep.
and I don't even know if I finished it.
Press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
Got it. Okay, I'm ready to go.
So fucking nostalgic, dude. This was like actually like one of the first fucking PS1 games I ever played. I had the fucking Pizza Hut demo disc, and I played this fucking all the way up to like when you enter like the Tang Hangar building. Played through it so many times, man. So many times. Yeah, Wiz, dude, the fucking Pizza Hut demo disc. Oh. Oh, fuck. I love how the fucking credits are rolling right now. Ooh. I know, man. Yeah, yeah. A lot of us did, Goomba. That was one of the most glorious things of the 90s. What, is this guy gonna go somewhere else? This hiding spot right here is the most like iconic hiding spot because it like literally it's the beginning of the game and this shit just makes no sense. Here we go. Yeah, dude, those demo discs were so fucking good. I had another one with Star Wars Episode 1 pod racing. Or not pod racing, but like a destruction derby thing. Fucking awesome. What's up, Poe? How are you? It's been a while. Hideo Kojima. I actually have a bunch of Square Enix demo discs. Those are really cool. I want to crack them open someday. Oh, I got a baby boy. He is almost 2. He's like a year and 11 months, I think. I don't know why Snake runs out of the elevator like that. It's so weird. Oh, no worries, Poe. No worries. What's up, Anime?
It's Snake. I'm in front of the disposal facility.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
How's that sneaking suit working out?
I'm nice and dry, but it's a little hard to move.
Bear with it. It's designed to prevent hypothermia. This is Alaska, you know.
Take it easy, I'm grateful. If it weren't for your suit and your shot, I would have turned into a popsicle out there.
An anti-freezing peptide, Snake.
Foxdie, you fucking liar.
Exercise are using it.
I see. I'm relieved to hear that. Already tested, huh?
Yeah,
By the way,
I hope
how's
our
the
next one's a
diversionary
girl.
operation going?
2 F-16s just took off from Galena and are headed your way. The
And those,
terrorist radar should have already picked them up.
Yeah, Liquid Snake just went to fight those F-16s in a helicopter and wins.
Behind D. Colonel, what's a Russian gunship doing here?
I have no idea, but it looks like our little diversion got their attention. Now's your best chance to slip in unnoticed. There are only 18 hours left until their deadline. You've got to hurry.
Wow, you must be crazy to fly a hind in this kind of weather.
Who's that?
Oh, sorry. I haven't introduced you two yet. This is Mei Ling. She
It's
was
a
assigned to
rare
us our
smile
visual
from
data
Campbell
processing
there.
Specialist. She designed your codec, as well as your Soliton radar system. Contact her if you have any questions about either of them.
Nice to meet you, Snake. It's an honor to speak to a living legend like yourself. What's wrong?
Nothing. I just didn't expect a world-class designer of military
Oh my
technology to
god,
be so
Sprite, yeah.
cute.
You're probably right.
You're just flattering me.
No, I'm serious. Well, I know I won't be bored for the next 18 hours.
Come on. I can't believe I'm being hit on by the famous Solid Snake. But I'm surprised. You're very frank for a trained killer.
Looks like we both have a lot to learn about each other.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to learning about the man behind the legend. But first, let me explain about your Soliton radar system. The bright dot in the middle is you, Snake. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision.
Be careful, Snake. The genome soldiers have highly developed senses of hearing and vision due to their gene therapy. Make sure you don't let them see you.
First, I want you to infiltrate the disposal site and look for the DARPA chief.
The DARPA chief was injected with the same GPS transmitting nanomachines as you.
He should appear on your radar as a green dot.
Get whatever information you can from him about the terrorists. If he's alive.
Yeah, it is anime. This PS1 gen. We're finally off the Super Nintendo era.
Snake, your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it.
Yes, it gets jammed easily, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful.
We'll be monitoring your movements by radar, so contact us by codec anytime you want.
Got it. I'll call if I'm feeling lonely.
Seriously, Snake, we're here to back you up, so call if you need some information or advice.
I'm also in charge of your mission data. Contact me if you want me to record your current status. My frequency is 140.96. It's a dedicated frequency for saving data. Don't forget it.
Remember, except for your binoculars, you're naked.
Naked Snake.
Yourself with whatever weapons you can find.
I remember. First, I'm strip searched by Dr. Naomi here, and then all my weapons are taken away. Imagine yourself put in that position.
Well, if you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you do a strip search on me.
I'll hold you to that, Doctor. By the way, sorry to disappoint you, but I did manage to smuggle out my smokes.
How did you do that?
In my stomach. Thanks to the shot you gave me that suppressed my stomach acid.
Oh, I thought they were up his ass.
Cigarettes? How are those going to help you?
You never know.
If you want to get in, there's the front door. It's the fastest way, but there's too much risk of being spotted by the enemy.
I can't just knock on the door and ask them to let me in. There's one sentry on the left and one on the right. They're armed with 5.56ers and pineapples.
Yeah, that is weird, man. Because I feel like I remember like a whole like bit about them being up his butt.
What about the air duct near the door? There should also be a duct on the second floor.
I can't see it from here.
I'll let you decide the best COA. I'm counting on you, Snake.
And there should be like a bit here about them being armed with 5.56ers and pineapples.
You caught Snake?
I love the aesthetic of all the menus of this game.
Snake, remember what the Gauls said. The graveyards are full of indispensable men. Snake, you're all alone and surrounded by bad guys. Try to be careful and avoid getting into a fight whenever you can.
You're right. Wow, you know all sorts of great quotes, don't you?
Well, both my parents are from Guangdong, China. but I was born and raised in America.
It does
I've
not
always
sound
liked
like it.
reading literature from both sides. Kinda keeps me in touch. I'll share some more quotes with you if you like.
I'm looking forward to it.
Wink.
But to tell you the truth, I'd like to learn more about you.
Well, I'll think about it.
Snake, just to make sure, let's review how to use the codec system. Snake, if you want to send a transmission, first press the select button. That will put you in codec mode. When you're at the codec screen, press the right or left directional button to change the frequency. Then press up on the directional button, or press the circle button to transmit at that frequency. The codec also automatically stores the frequencies of the people you've spoken to. To open the memory window, press down on the directional button at the codec screen. The memory window will show a list of all the frequencies. All you have to do is select the frequency you want and press the circle button to transmit. If you want to switch back to the normal codec mode, just press the select or X button.
I feel like I remember Campbell sounding way more gruff. Where's my 556ers and pineapples comment?
Snake, your mission is to infiltrate, not to fight. Don't let the enemy see you. First, you've got to rescue the DARPA chief. Infiltrate the building in front. Look for some way to get in.
Alright, Campbell. Oh, come on. Jesus Christ. What did I even pick up? Chaff grenades?
A surveillance camera?
You know, another thing I've always wondered is what the fuck is this? It's like literally just a giant block of ice. Oh, that was fucking close. Icicle gear. Oh yeah, tarp makes sense. Ooh, that was close.
Whose footprints are these?
Oh shit. Ah! I don't think there's really anything else out there. Guess I'm dead now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just the SOCOM, stun grenades, and chaff grenades that were out there. That's about it.
Snake, this is McDonald Miller. It's been a long time.
Master, what are you doing here?
I quit being a drill instructor, so I moved out here for some peace and quiet.
He has a different, well, it's a mood point, but he does not sound like Miller from Metal Gear Solid 5 at all.
To a new generation, huh?
Campbell told me about the situation here. I thought I might be of some use.
Or maybe he does the same. I don't know.
Well, I know lots about survival in a harsh environment. I've lived in Alaska longer than you, so call me if you have any questions about the flora or fauna out here.
It's all snow.
Is 141.80.
It's actually kind of funny. You know, my whole life I've had like this weird fascination with Alaska, and I think it's because of this game.
Snake, when you enter a narrow space, you'll automatically go into intrusion mode. Press up on the directional button to go forward, and down to retreat backwards. You can also press right or left to face either direction. Advance while hiding yourself, pay attention to the enemy's actions, and make sure you're not discovered.
But be careful. You can't attack while you're in intrusion mode either.
And even if you go into intrusion mode while you're being chased, the enemy's grenades will still follow you. Snake, first you've got to find the DARPA chief. Look for clues. Snake, first you've got to find...
Assume level 100.
I moved the DARPA chief to the cell in the first floor basement.
What about the vent shaft cleaning?
They just opened the vent covers. They're about to start spraying for rats.
First floor basement ventilation shaft.
Shut those covers as soon as they're done spraying. Also, keep your eye on that woman in the cell. Don't get careless now.
Woman in the cell?
Everything is a
Something
question.
There's an intruder.
Really?
He's already done 3 people.
He's killed 3 people?
Yeah. Say he's using stealth, too.
Stealth? There's an intruder besides me?
Anyway, I want you to increase the security detail on the chief.
Yeah, it's so weird. I don't remember their voices at all. I don't even really remember any of the Genome Soldiers ever even speaking.
Snake, didn't you hear that the DARPA chief was moved to a cell in the first floor basement?
Snake, you've got to think. Your mind is your most dangerous weapon. If things are getting too complicated, try to simplify your thoughts. You can also try calling Campbell for advice.
Yeah, I also don't remember when you pull out the scope like this. I don't remember it like making you hump up the like next to the vent cover.
press the action button to drop down.
Do we really want to do that, though?
Use the elevator to change floors. There should be a cargo elevator that you can take down somewhere around there. Try to find it.
So stressed out. I think someone's gonna come up this stairwell. I don't know. It's a mystery. Ooh, that was close. Where's our elevator? I actually have to pay attention to the stereo audio. Come on, come on. Firefly? I think this is the first time I've ever infiltrated this way.
Look at the radar. It's picking up the DARPA chief. He's the green dot. Hurry and rescue him.
I actually didn't even know you could do that.
Sorry, the Soliton radar won't work in a narrow space.
Snake, if you want to go up or down a ladder, just press the action button by the ladder.
There's something about, like, a glitch you can do right here. know if I don't know if I have the skill set to do it. Oh well. I'm pretty sure it breaks the game anyway. Oh, yeah. Oh, she was pretty young in this game. She just grew up. That's what we'll say.
Oh, kinda damn cold. I hate Alaska. Boy, oh boy, that woman is built all right.
It's like fucking maggots down there and shit.
Is that a woman?
Not. I remember that voice line being really weird. Supposedly, if you like look at her, look down here enough, she ends up being in her undies. Unless maybe I have to go down back down the ladder and then come back. I don't know. I've already seen it, so I'm not too worried.
It looks like the chief is being held in a cell. Find some way to get in.
He just has no concern for Meryl. All right, let's try that. Let's try going down the ladder at least one time. Oh, I'm getting like claustrophobic from being in here. Whoa, what the fuck? Okay, I gotta record that, because I've never heard of that. She's on the floor doing one-armed push-ups. Okay, let's do it. Let's go back down the ladder, boys. That's crazy. I've never heard of that. Yeah, man. Somebody do a search on YouTube real quick and see if anyone has posted anything about that. I'm sure somebody has. Apparently, she also stretches. She didn't have the crazy bright red Karen haircut. You almost think she was a dude. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I guess I had never read that she does the push-ups and the stretches. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright. Well, my life is complete.
Snake, the DARPA chief signal
For the
is
rest of the
coming
game,
from
that'd be
somewhere in
crazy.
that area. Isn't there some place to drop down? Take a look around in first-person view mode.
Oh shit, oh well.
Who's that?
Who's that? Did you guys know that that's Sigint from Snake Eater?
I'm here to save
DARPA
you.
chief?
You're the DARPA
Sigint
chief,
from
Donald
Snake Eater.
Anderson, right?
You here to save me, huh? What's your outfit?
I'm the pawn they sent here to save your worthless butt.
Really? It's true. You don't look like one of them. In that case, hurry up and get me out of here.
Slow down. Don't worry. First, I want some information about the terrorists.
The terrorists?
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuke?
What are you talking about?
The terrorists are threatening the
Yeah,
White
I know
House.
it's Decoy
They say if they
Octopus, but the
don't
real
accede to their
DARPA chief is
demands, they'll
actually
launch a
Sigint
nuclear
from
weapon.
MGS3.
Sweet Jesus.
Is it possible?
It's possible. They could launch a nuke.
How do they plan to launch? I thought this place was just for keeping the dismantled warheads. They shouldn't have access to a missile.
What I'm about to tell you is classified information. Okay? We were conducting exercises with a new type of experimental weapon. A weapon that will change the world.
What?
A weapon with the ability to launch a nuclear attack from any place on the face of the Earth. A nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Can't be.
Can't be.
You knew? Metal Gear is one of the most secret black projects. How did you know that?
We've had a couple of
Run-ins
run-ins
in the past.
So that's the reason you were here at this disposal site?
Why else would I come to a godforsaken place like this?
I had heard the Metal Gear project was scrapped.
On the contrary, it's grown into a huge joint project between Arms Tech and ourselves. We were going to use this exercise as raw data and then proceed to mass production. If it hadn't been for the revolution,
Revolution?
Rex has fallen into the hands of terrorists.
Rex?
Metal Gear Rex. The code name for the new Metal Gear prototype. They're probably already finished arming the warhead they plan to use with Rex. These guys are pros. They're all experienced in handling and equipping weapons.
Hey! Shut up in there, will ya?
But I thought that all nuclear warheads were equipped with safety measures. Some kind of detonation code that you have to input.
Oh, you mean PAL? Yes, of course, there is a PAL. It's set up so that you need to input 2 different passwords in order to launch the device.
There are 2 passwords?
Yes, Baker knows one, and I know one.
Baker? The president of Arms Tech?
That's right. Each of us needs to input our password, or there can be no launch. But they found out my password.
You talked?
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Psycho Mantis?
One of the members of Foxhound. He has psychic powers.
This is bad.
It's just a matter of time before they get Baker's too.
If they find out Baker's password...
Yes, they'll be able to launch a nuke anytime. But there is a way to stop the launch.
What?
The card keys.
Card keys?
They were designed by Arms Tech, the system developers, as an emergency override. Even without the passwords, you can just insert the card keys and engage the safety lock.
And if I do that?
Yes. You can stop the launch.
That card key.
So where are the keys?
Baker should have them. Listen, you need 3 card keys. There are 3 different slots to put them in. You need to insert a card into each one of them.
Okay, 3 card keys. Do you know where they might be keeping Baker?
Somewhere in the 2nd floor basement.
I don't know, Goomba, but
Second-floor
we'll
basement.
find out.
I heard the guards say they moved him to an area that has a lot of
Gustavo
electronic
firing?
jamming.
What, Goomba?
Any other clues?
Yes, they cemented over the entrances, but didn't have enough time to paint them. Why don't you look for the areas where the walls are a different color? Here, take this. It's my ID card. It'll open any level 1 security door. It's called a PAN card.
Oh,
It works
yeah.
together
No,
with your body's own electrical field.
Personal area network, huh?
It transmits data using the salts in your body as the transmission medium. As you approach the door's security devices, they'll read the data stored in the card.
And the doors will open automatically. Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna get you out of here.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
You haven't heard any other way to disarm the PAL, have you? From your bosses or anyone?
No.
Are you sure you haven't heard anything?
I just said no.
So does the White House plan to give in to the terrorists' demands?
That's their problem. It has nothing to do with my orders.
But what about the Pentagon?
Pentagon? What is it?
Hey, what happened?
Dead.
I don't know why the maggots aren't showing up by the toilets.
Naomi, the chief. What happened?
I don't know. It looked like a heart attack, but...
A heart attack? No.
Colonel, are you hiding something from me?
Absolutely not. Snake, you've got to understand. This op is security level red.
You need the highest security clearance to get access to the complete file.
You want me to believe that you're in charge of this op, but you don't have complete access to the file?
I told you, the Secretary of Defense is in operational control. I'm just here as your support. Snake, we don't have time to debate. Get out of there and find President Baker.
How the fuck did Meryl get out of her room? That's what I'll never understand. I'm gonna equip the thermal goggles. Oh my god, Paxton, that was such a horrible, horrible thing to have to try to navigate. I'm gonna equip my thermal goggles, and I'm gonna see if they show up in the cutscene. I don't think they do, though.
Don't move! So you killed the chief, you bastard! Liquid? No, you're not. Don't move!
Is this the first time you ever pointed a gun at a person? Your hands are shaking. Can you shoot me, rookie?
Careful, I'm no rookie.
Liar. That nervous glance, that scared look in your eyes. They're rookie's eyes if I ever saw them. You've never shot a person, am I right?
You talk too much.
You haven't even taken the safety off, rookie.
I told you I'm no rookie!
You're not one of them, are you?
Open that door. You've got a card, don't you?
Why?
So we can get the hell out of here!
Looks like we'll be a little delayed.
What are you doing? Don't think! Shoot! What are you waiting for? Shoot!
Don't talk to me like a rookie!
I'm telling you, shoot!
I got kind of chewed up there. Fuck. Yeah, it is.
Thanks for the help.
Wait! Who are you?
You fool! You've killed him!
I'm sorry, sir.
His mental shielding was very strong. I could not dive into his mind. Now we'll never get that detonation code. Boss.
Booty.
I have a good idea.
Yeah, that would have worked.
Good girl. Just like that.
I just had some kind of hallucination. Is it from the nanomachines?
No, Snake. The nanomachines are functioning properly.
So what was it?
It must have been psychometric interference coming from Psycho Mantis, Foxhound's psychic. Think of it as a mental feedback loop.
So that was Mantis.
Man, I don't know why, but I'm still like so like irritated that I did not get that 556ers codec call. Pretty sure one of these beds has something in it. Oh, you can actually hide under the desk. I don't think I ever noticed that before. Whoops.
Snake, Psycho Mantis has the power to read people's minds. He got the DARPA chief's detonation
maybe.
code.
I don't
Hurry
know.
up or he'll get Baker's code too.
That's right. If the terrorists get Baker's code, they'll be able to launch that nuke anytime they want.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone says anything funny like that, Paxton. They should have, though. That was a missed opportunity.
Metal Gear?
I didn't know.
Really?
Snake, you've got to understand. I'm just the middleman in this operation. Anyway, hurry up and get to the second floor basement. You've got to save the Arms Tech president before the terrorists find out his code.
Soldiers that have been forged in the fires of battle are used to catching naps whenever and wherever they can. There's a big difference between real soldiers and those kids who have only been trained in VR simulators. After playing for a long time, you should get some rest too.
Nah, they just say pineapples. What about Otacon Goomba?
You caught Snake? Snake, listen to what Lo-Chi said. He who knows that enough is enough will always have enough. Just because you see an item doesn't mean that you always have to get it. If you don't really need it, think twice before you stick your neck out. It might not be worth it.
He's talking about the Arms Tech president, the Revolver Ocelot fight. Anyways, alright fellas, that is going to be a wrap for me tonight. Hopefully we have a good turnout for tomorrow. I will be live, same Stu time, same Stu channel, and I will see you boys in the next one.
Set the place on fire. I'm sorry.